Hi everybody, my name's Elle and welcome to session 24 of the Order of Narvosc. This is final preparations. I hope you enjoy.
Our tale begins with our heroes waking up on the side of the road on their way back to Sydonea. And we kind of get into a conversation about what's going on, the cover story for Dahlia, where's Antir, all that good stuff. And as we are heading out, those of us that still have our pins get a message saying all Reapers return to Sydonea at once. So now we're all nervous. And as we are walking, we film dissolve into the Fey realm, and it is nighttime. And Dahlia finds this altar that has a plaque that kind of says, "Ask our goddess a question and you'll get an answer," or something. So we all meet up at the altar and talk about what question, who asks, and Ruin steps up, asks his question, uses the magic, gets his answer, and then shortly after we are film dissolved back into the material plane. And then we continue on towards the city, and as the dome, the shield comes into view, Dahlia splits off and the rest of us enter in, and we see Chameleon standing on the wall staring daggers at Ruin. And the guards take the delivery from the grove, and we see three little mice scurry away into the city. And then we cut to Dahlia, who is behind the city trying to find this trap door that she was told about, but she finds Beltoff. And Beltoff leads her towards the trap door. They take the pathway all the way down, and they come out on layer 13 in the underground. So we cut back to the rest of the group. We are in headquarters. We give our cover story to Dalmet. We get paid. And then we head to the bar where we kind of talk about like Chameleon and what's going to happen and should we meet here every night, stuff like that. And then we cut back to Dahlia. Beltoff explains the plans for the ball, what their escape plan kind of is. And then the rest of the group splits apart. Professor goes to his apartment and does a third ritual. Velfi goes to the underground, gets a scroll of Speak with Dead, and then she gets this message in the middle of the night saying to be careful, that they suspect her, and she's totally not involved with anything, right? Right. So, and then Ruin is also super paranoid with feeling like someone's watching him after seeing Chameleon, so he kind of barricades himself in his room. So we're all having good nights. And we wake up the next morning. Professor wants to see Axe and Z at Enchanty. And then Chameleon actually knocks on Velfi's door. And after an awkward conversation, says she'll see her later. And Velfi's super nervous because she doesn't want to see Chameleon. And Ruin is just kind of walking around the city, not trying to draw any attention to himself. And Professor meets with Axe and Z, tells him about the rituals that he wants them to perform. Velfi makes some Dreamweaver tea and is shown like two different outcomes for what could happen with Antir. Dahlia and Beltoff talk about the journal. Dahlia gave him the journal the night before to read, and they just kind of talk about it and the experiments and everything. And then Beltoff has to leave to check on some mice. And then Dahlia goes out to the pit and attempts to speak with whatever is down there, kind of successfully. She gets something. So that's neat. And then Ruin is at the bar. He runs into Selin and eventually asks if he left, would she come with him? And she said yes. Then we cut back to the professor and Axe and Z. They're at Axe and Z's apartment preparing for the ritual. And then we cut back to Velfi, who made her way over to Antir's apartment, gave him the little cat, and then started spilling the beans on everything. And we last saw Antir holding the scroll of Speak with Dead and his crystal, looking confused. So that's where the tale ends. Or begins again.
That was perfect. Alrighty, so with everything that's currently going on, it is where we left off around 6 p.m. in the evening. But before we get there, we're going to pick up today's session with Dahlia. What are we doing?
Well, Should probably head back inside. She's going to take out the note Velfi gave her for her father and put it under Beltov's pillow. Just in case something happens. And then get the sending stone connected to Beltov. And did Velfi say that it was for her father, or did she just say Karis?
No, she said both.
Okay.
Her dad is Cars.
Okay. And then she'll just say, Velfi has a letter for her father, Karis. It's under your pillow for safekeeping. That's it.
He will not respond at the moment, and you kind of get the sense that he's the type of person who's going to hold that sending in case something happens, because he is not magical in that way. He cannot cast it again, so he is going to hold on to it and does not respond yet.
Okay. Just slip it there. Just trying to think of what to do. She needs to tell the party about the plan. And disguise self only lasts an hour. And she doesn't know where they all are. Is there like a hooded cloak or something in the room?
Give me a perception check.
Okay. A 14?
You see a bright blue cloak on Tilly's side of the room, and you get the sense that she really liked it. Belle probably told her no.
Yeah, no, that won't work. And there are shops further up in the tiers that probably would have cloaks.
Yeah.
Probably higher up in the tiers, though, right?
Probably higher up. So probably tier 5 and above. After that, it's kind of just housing. So all the shops are on the upper tiers.
Okay.
All right, so you're making your way?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Very carefully sticking to shadows, going very slow.
Roll me a stealth check.
Oh, I'm not good at stealth. Okay, so a 6.
All righty. With a 6, you feel like you're sticking to those shadows pretty well.
Oh, yeah.
But as you make your way, what layer are you going to go to?
Probably the closest one that would get me some sort of quick, easy disguise. First one.
Okay. So you're able to make your way to layer layer 5. There we go. Yeah. And there is this tiny little clothing shop. There's nothing grand here. It looks kind of like a hand-me-down shop. Anything that they could get a hold of is what they're kind of selling. But this place does have the cheapest clothing. It's just not the best quality.
Perfect. Gonna look for a dark hooded cloak, maybe like a scarf as well.
You're able to find one pretty easily, and the shopkeep just looks over at you and gives you a sign of 6.
And then I pass over 10. and then just go like this.
And the shopkeep looks very young. Like, very early teenager. And they just go,
And I just give a wink, and I put it on.
they have a little smirk, and then they just wait for someone else to come in. But not many people come in here. So you now have this cloak and this scarf. You can roll me another stealth check at advantage.
And I wrap it, like, try to hide as much drow skin as possible. And, so I had left my armor off at Bell's. The armor was giving me disadvantage, so I was rolling straight. So now it's with advantage.
Yep.
Okay. So my AC is lower. Ooh, that is a dirty 20.
Nice. With that dirty 20, where are you going?
I am going topside to try to find the party.
And with that 20, I will keep that in mind. Okay. You're able to start making your way to topside. You get to layer 4, layer 3. Give me a perception check.
Normal. Okay. That is a natural 20, so 26.
Nice. So with a natural 20, you start to see a figure also with a hood, a cloak, start to they look like they're heading directly to you. And as that gap gets closer and closer and closer, you feel a feather light touch against your fingers, almost like a string has been attached, and they keep going.
Is it anything on my fingers?
When you look down, the string that you felt attached to your fingers is a bag.
Look in it.
It is a bag of holding. So with bags of holding, you can either dump all of it out, or you can try to recall something specific.
I try to see who gave it to me.
When you try to recall something that helps identify who gave it to you, you pull out a note. Very elegant handwriting. Beautiful handwriting. It only has 2 words on it, but you can't read them.
I go, is there an alleyway somewhere?
Oh, there's plenty.
Okay. Go in an alleyway and I dump it out.
When you dump it out, your gown comes out. That you left in your room, that you had specifically bought for the ball.
Stuff it back in. And the hooded figure's gone.
Hooded figure walked right past you. Did not stop. Did not look at you. Almost like they knew with a natural 20 exactly who you were, though. But you did get a little view of their chin. Masculine, elegant, flawless.
In. Shoulder, bag of holding. She knows too. She'll try to look for that hooded figure.
Roll me perception.
Oh no, it's a 14. Dirty 20.
With a dirty 20, you get the glimpse of a cloak very similar in style going up the layers, but just a glimpse.
Alright. Then she'll continue on up to try to find her party.
And as you were continuing topside, Ruin, last we left off, you were with Selin. Has anything changed, or is there anything you would like to do, or?
No, I think we're just drinking the evening away.
All right, so you two are just drinking the evening away in Timval's bar. Nothing seems to be out of the ordinary as you two have what you would think is the most common night that one could possibly have in Sydonea. As the two of you are talking and drinking together and in a little bar. It's almost like this must be the kind of dates that people used to talk about before the virus hit. And with that, Friedrich.
Yes.
What are you doing? You just did this first part of the ceremony with the kids. They are still flopped over.
But they appear to be okay, right? They're breathing regularly. Can I tell?
Roll me perception.
15.
15. The one that you can look at that breathes looks normal. The other one is just a cold metal piece.
Yeah, I suppose it would be odd if he was breathing. Okay. And I know I have a rough idea. It takes a few hours, right? Or it did for me. I always woke up like 6 hours later. So is that right? And how long has it been?
It's coming to the cusp of that first trial link that you kind of had. And after waiting a little bit, both of them are going to shoot up and look at each other. And you just get like boyish squeals of excitement.
I'm just going to look at both and be like, eh?
Ah!
Hey!
Okay. Are we going to the second trial now? Let's see.
What does Axe look like?
Axe looks excited.
Similar kind of feeling?
Similar kind of feeling, looks very excited. Like they feel like they're on the path to something that they have not been able to get to yet. Like they're one step further. And they are just ready for the next trial.
So I peek out the window. Can I tell what time it is?
Probably about 5.
Okay. Boys, how do you both feel individually?
Well, I feel great. I'm so ready to go to the next one. I'm so excited because we feel like we're one step closer. I'm trying not to get my hopes up, but I really, really am excited.
Cautious optimism. Very wise. Okay. I just want to make sure you're both okay and not rushing ahead of it. I will be honest. It was at this next stage that I lost vision in one of my eyes.
What can you see now?
Temporarily. I as good as I could before.
Okay.
I just want to make sure you know what you're getting into. I don't want you to feel like I led you astray, but if you both feel up for it, I will help you set up the next stage, and then I'll put on a pot of tea because it could be another 6 hours or so.
Okay, sounds good. Oh, we don't really have that much tea, but we we have water.
Oh, we're at their place. Okay. Yes. I will put on a pot of water and find something to steep in it.
They're just both gonna nod, and then they just kind of like look around like, whoa, we don't have anything for you to steep, but okay, we'll let the old man do as he wishes.
Sometimes you just have to be creative and find something. Everything will make tea if you're brave enough.
And they get ready for you to show them trial 2.
And I'll help them set up everything again as we need to, the candles, the parchment, all of that. And then settle in for the evening. I just want to make sure there's nothing else I want to do to prep them. No, we're good. I wish you both the best. You got this.
Okay. And you see Axe take this deep breath as like trying not to be overly excited at the fact that they're taking a step forward. Trying to be cautious because nothing good lasts forever. And they both do this ritual and they both again fall over. And you hear that loud thunk and empty clunk of both of the kids as they have completed, or not completed, but started trial 2, the trial of sacrifice.
Okay, where is... I do have 3 tea bags, but I don't... I'll wait. The only tea I have is the one that gives them a breath weapon, and I don't want them waking up and... Okay, so we'll just hold off on that. But I'll look around and see, do they have anything I can prepare for them? Like, do they have... I don't even know what they would have.
They have like quick things to eat. They have, it's very minimalistic. You can tell that most of their money goes to books, any kind of books. And only one of them technically needs food. So you find things that like a 15, 16-year-old boy would like to eat. So nothing super healthy. Like there's a couple of vegetables and things like that they might have in like a cooled section. But they don't have much. And you get the sense that most of what they earn, most of what they get goes directly into trying to learn something, anything.
Right. Okay, I'll just watch vigilantly then. Set up camp.
They do have a couple books that you might find interesting if you were wanting to read.
Do they? Can I peruse their bookshelf or wherever they keep them?
They're all over the place, so bookshelves from floor to ceiling. You find books on how to make certain like alchemic infusions and like how certain things work. You don't find any on anatomy.
Is there anything in particular that looks well worn, possibly about soul work, like something they were reading into?
You don't find anything well worn in soul work, but you find a very well worn journal.
I'll note where it is, but I don't want to read it yet.
It does not look like a book. It looks like someone's personal journal.
Yeah, I don't want to go snooping while they're incapacitated. That seems wrong. So I'll just wait quietly. Old men are good at waiting in silence peacefully, so I'll wait.
Alrighty. And as you wait and they do this ritual, and with that, we are now going to Antier's apartments with Velfi. Antier is holding this crystal and holding this spell scroll in the other hand. And he is magically inclined, so he does know how spells work. And he looks at what's in his hands, and he looks at you, and he looks at what's in his hands, and he looks at you. And you can see dread almost like sitting on his chest as he is getting extremely worried as to what you're trying to reveal to him and what you are revealing states about your status. But you can see that there is love and trust in his eyes. as he nervously casts Speak with the Dead. And you're going to see, as he casts this, a light green aura starts to fill on Tyr, and it makes its way from his chest up his face to his eyes. And all the red that you're so used to loving, that deep crimson that his eyes are, ruby red, go green as they are lighting up. And he puts his focus on the crystal. And it looks like as soon as he casts it, as soon as it takes its place, he is bombarded by something. Absolutely bombarded. So much so you can tell he can't quite catch his breath. And he slightly starts to panic. And I need to pull up his stat card. And he fails. He starts to panic. Roll me a perception check.
Okay. Nine.
With a 9, you don't quite see what is happening. But you know you just gave him a Speak with the Dead scroll to speak with who knows how many souls. And he is soulless. Roll me a D100.
Wait. Can you repeat that?
You have given him a Speak with the Dead scroll to speak with a stone that holds numerous souls. And you know they are all screaming in pain. They don't want to be there. And Antir is soulless. A body without a soul.
Okay. Oh no. 73.
With a 73, it's like Antir immediately goes still. And he looks up. And he grabs the dagger on the side of the table. And he immediately starts to go for his own throat.
She's gonna run over and try to like grab his hand and wrestle it out of it.
And very slowly, Antir's face turns to you, but the person you know as Antir is not there. It is someone else. You would take my vengeance from me.
Vengeance? What are you talking about? What vengeance?
Vengeance against the one who murdered me. You would stop that.
Who murdered you?
This one.
I'm trying to save him.
You can't save this one. It's too far embedded.
I don't believe that.
Do you know how many souls this one's offered, girl? How many of us in this crystal are because of this one?
I know, I think it might be a lot. But he was misguided.
Misguided.
He hasn't been told the truth.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Which one do I use? Dirty 20.
If you believe this one can be saved. And he pauses. We will allow it for now. But know that if this fails, we come after your empty husk next.
I will succeed.
Good luck, then. And slowly, you start to see that spell and that possession loosen hold. And Antir slowly starts to come back. And he is panicking, as he was just possessed by a soul in the crystal.
Velphi, she's going to kind of like take his face and like, look at me. Look at me.
And he just looks absolutely bewildered, and you feel like him shaking as you hold on to his face. Like it's almost like his body just can't stop shaking. What was that? What was that? What was that?
The crystals that we carry, they hold the souls of the dead. Dead citizens and Order members alike. They use us to make these crystals and to fuel the shield that covers the city.
But it's only the bad ones that goes that it's only the bad ones.
And she's gonna kind of pull him in and like try to like comforting, just like it's so sorry that I put you through that, but you needed the truth.
And still breathing very heavily, I knew what powered the sphere. But it's only the bad ones. It's only the traitors. It's only the...
And here. They're not the bad ones.
And he just gives you this heartbreaking glance.
You told me traitors damage or risk the order that we all stand on and try to sabotage Sydonea in any way. With what you've heard, with what I've told you, is that not what they're doing? Is that not what Cinder and the High Table are doing? Damaging this order that we believe in, risking its people, sabotaging the city.
How are they sabotaging the city when they keep everything that's out there that's bad out?
They're creating them. Why create the monsters if they want to protect us? Why kill us if they want to save us?
They're only killing the ones outside the walls. How? This is proof that something's inside the... There's a lot of things inside the crystal, but that doesn't... What proof is there that they're making the monsters themselves?
I don't have any physical proof with me, but I was told about it from... We got the information from someone who... Does Zelfie know that Scholar worked for the High Table?
Y'all read that book together and discussed the whole thing together.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. A journal that was written by someone who worked for the High Table, who found out the truth and was killed for it. They're killing us.
You can see his heart just breaking as he is now coming to a choice. I need you to roll me a persuasion check. The DC is 20.
Dirty 20.
As you can see, like he's heartbroken over the fact that what he has just learned, that a big portion of what he does, his whole life's purpose, is just kind of crumbling. As if what you say is true, and you pass the DC, so he does believe it. Antir is killing the people of Sydonea, the people that he chose to protect. And he's coming to the realization that he is, in fact, one of the bad ones. And Antir sobs.
She's gonna hold him say you didn't know? How could you know?
And like he is sobbing so hard he can't quite get anything out. What he tries to say comes out as a jumbled mess, as the fox you know is now in a broken heap in Velfie's arms. And with that, Dahlia, what are you doing?
Stealth mode. She knows Ruin stays at the bar, so she'd probably go there first, because that's like the only place she knows where any of them live.
Alrighty, so you were able to, with that, you said it was a dirty 20 stealth, right? Natural 20
Yes.
perception, dirty 20 stealth. You're able to make
Correct.
your way through Sydonia's topside streets. No one's really paying you any attention as it is getting a little later in the evening and the sun is starting to almost crest the horizon. You make your way to the bar and it's packed. It's busy. It's extremely packed, but you see Ruin and Selen sitting at the bar just having a chit chat, drinking drinks, and it looks like this is the most, like, I don't want to say mundane, but mundane thing that they could be doing and just enjoying that moment of mundaneness.
Here she comes to ruin it. So, is there like a spot open near them?
It is pretty packed in here, so there is enough room to stand next to them, but there are no bar seats. As it's getting later in the evening, all the Reapers that are in town, this is the only entertainment they really have, besides going down to Pleasures and the Clever Slug.
She'll just like slide in very uncomfortable. And just say, hi.
So muted. I'm gonna do a perception check because I don't directly notice that it's not in armor, face covered. It takes Ruin a minute.
Pull it down real quick and then put it. Okay, there it is.
Oh, I like the new look!
Hi. Okay.
Glass of wine?
No, I'm good. Are the others?
I don't know. I think we had a plan to meet here at some point, but I don't know as to where the professor was or exactly where. Oh, I think the professor was. We talked about where. Did we talk about where everybody was going, or did everybody just kind of go bye and went?
I think everybody just went, bye!
The
Same as usual. All right.
Yeah. The typical. We came back from a mission. Everybody went their own directions.
Okay. Well,
I have no idea if anybody else exists anymore. So
Well, pass this along to who. When you find them, when shit hits the fan at the ball, just find Beltov or the blue Dragonborn and hang on tight. Okay.
When shit hits the fan.
Yeah. It's gonna be quite the party.
Selen looks very confused.
And Dahlia doesn't know her.
Nope, and drunk. She looks drunk and confused and is like, okay.
I'm a party animal.
Who's Belltop? And she says this a little loudly.
It's of a bell that I will ring when it happens. We're gonna have a bell off. You heard it wrong.
Bell off. Okay. Timble, do you have a bell? As she starts yelling for Timble, and Timble's just kind of looks at Selin for a little bit. I can go get you one. It'll be a minute though. Do you want one of the little hand bells, or do you want one of the little bells that you can ding like that, or you want? And they just start having this conversation about what kind of bell they're gonna get.
And then just quietly to Ruin is like, this is getting you out.
And I point at Selin, who is off talking, who is having a conversation about bells with...
Or that bell off.
For the bell off.
She does not think well under pressure.
He's coming too.
Okay. We can only take 16. But yes.
Right. Do the bell off.
Oh my gosh.
You started this.
Oh. And then she'll just slip out.
Alrighty, and with slipping out, is there anything else you wanted to do this evening?
She'll keep an eye out for Professor and Velfie. She'll probably just take the long way back, just keeping an eye out for them. She doesn't know where they live. But, yeah. I don't think there's anyone else she would bring with her. So, no.
Alrighty. And with that, Ruin, is there anything else you'd like to do while Selin is talking about a bell off?
Nope.
All
I think
right.
he's just laughing. I think they're just laughing at the fact that now he's calling it the bell off.
And do you see Timble come back with like this very tiny ornate little bell that has a handle that you can like ring. It looks like a little like servant bell type thing. I have this. Does this not work? I don't know. I was just told to get a bell. As like they just kind of like have that conversation, and he gives her a bell. And with that, Professor Friedrich, as you're sitting there waiting, the kids start to... Z wakes up first. And even though he can't breathe, he can't, nothing humanoid like, it sounds when he talks to you like he is bawling. I can't do that. I can't do that. You can't ask me to do that. If that's what this is for, I can't do it.
The second one was the sacrifice stage, wasn't it? Yeah. I'm just going to go up and put a hand on his shoulder and just try to, ground him a bit.
I can't. I won't. It's not worth it. I can't keep that happening. And he just kind of goes off in this heartbroken 13-year-old, 14-year-old, like sob.
Just take a minute. You're back. And I'm sure Axe will be back with us shortly.
And as you're comforting Z, Axe comes to. And he just has this somber look on his face. And then Z looks over. You can't, it's not worth it. The knowledge isn't worth it. And Axe does not say a thing.
So he says that to Axe, like he's talking to him?
Like he's talking to him. And seeing that Axe doesn't respond, Z runs out.
Of the apartment.
Of the apartment, just leaves.
Can I step out and see which way he went?
You can step out and give me a perception check.
5?
He booked it.
I'll go back into Axe. Well, can you see me right now?
I can see just fine.
I don't know what you saw in there, and I don't know if I need to know. And all I can speak from is my experience so far in... I haven't had to sacrifice anything yet. I think maybe it's just having a willingness to, if it came to it.
Axe is going to look down at his leg and his arm that are completely metal. I've already had to sacrifice some things. What's a few more? Thank you, Professor, for getting us set up for this. If you're okay with it, I'd like to go to trial 3.
I think we should make sure Z's okay first. Do you know where he would go?
He'll be fine.
I mean, I know he can handle himself outside the walls, but it's getting late out there, and he was in a very fragile state.
He likes to go to Enchanty. I think it's the closest thing to a mom he has.
Was he in there with you?
What do you mean?
When you did the trial, did you see him?
No.
Are you comfortable moving ahead without him?
He looks somber and then just nods.
I know you're different people, but you are bound in this in some way. With all you've done together so far to get where you are.
He just nods. And you get the sense that he knows what he's doing.
Okay. Again, as I've said, I'm not here to stop you. I'm just here to provide what guidance I can based on personal experience. If you are ready, it's getting very late.
If you just get me set up, I can do it tonight, Professor.
I'll help him get set up.
You get him set up, and it's that excitement, that like knowing that like I don't want to get too excited because good things never last type situation. It's almost like it is turned completely somber. And you remember in your sacrifice trial what was asked of you to be sacrificed. And once you get him set up, he says the words, and he's out.
I am going to stay. I know it takes roughly about 6 hours. Is that accurate to say that?
The third trial did not take you as long, maybe an hour or two.
Okay. Okay, I'll wait. I'm not going to leave him there.
Alrighty, and with that, he falls over just like the other trials, as he is doing 3 out of the 3 today. We're going to head back to Antiers. After a while, Antier gets himself composed, and he just slowly brings his eyes up to Velfi's. What do we do now?
We leave.
We leave?
We leave.
And go where?
We find them. And we help them.
The traitors.
They want to stop this. They want to liberate.
Velfi, you gotta know they're not gonna let me near them with a 10-foot pole.
I will convince them. You're a good person. You are. Just misguided, and I can convince them of that.
He has a far-off look in his eye when you say, just misguided. I can't leave my mom.
We can find a way to get her out as well. We'll all go together. I think there's an opportunity coming up.
What do you need from me?
Stand by me. Just follow my lead.
I go where you go.
Not you. So we'll go together.
And he slowly starts to get himself set up and stands up. When do we need to be ready to go?
The ball.
Tomorrow.
Yes.
Oh, okay. And he looks nervous. Well, if that is the case, there is something I need to do tonight then. I told you I would look into materials for the soul making, and they have celestial particles.
Velfi is going to... She's going to lead him to the couch and sit him down. And she'll reach in her bag and pull out the Book of Terravota and open it to the map. She'll pull out a couple maps given to her by the Order. I have a little more information to share. Compare these maps. Look at this mountain range. They match. You're in Shadowfen. Not far from Draken's Reach. And Verdantis? I've been there. Much like the realm shifts that we experienced, we were kind of transported there on our way back from the Grove. It's real. It exists. And it gives me hope. Hope that we can find all the ingredients we need for your soul if we can get out of here.
And he looks over these maps, and you can tell he's very good with maps. Like, this is part of the thing he's been trained on. And when you say close to Draken's Reach, and you point to it, like that's where we are, he's actually going to take your finger and move it down just a bit. If this coastline matches up, then we're down here.
Okay.
And then he holds his finger there, and then he points to that circular bit of mountains. And that's Aurora.
You know of Aurora?
I've heard it was a wizarding school. Lots of research happened at Aurora.
It may be a place that we have to go in order to find some of your ingredients. There's a cave system that we can possibly find the luminous essence that we need, or that round crystal.
He's gonna nod, and then he just slowly looks back at Velfie. Why are you talking it like it's not for us?
Because there's only enough for one soul. You heard that shopkeep, Sarah. Well, guess she didn't say it. But there's only one eternal flame.
And he looks back at the book. Looks back at Velfie. Then I could never have it.
You have gone your whole life without one.
Therefore, I don't know what it's like to have one. You do. That sounds like it would leave a hole. Mine has always been on the same playing field.
My soul is out there somewhere. I can find a way to get mine back, but this is the only chance we have for you.
He looks like he's about to say something, and then he just holds Velfie's hand. And you get the sense that he won't do it until Velfie has hers. Well, if we are leaving tomorrow. And he just kind of pauses, like that is mind-boggling that this will not be his home after tomorrow. Possibly. I've got to go steal something.
All right. Just be careful.
He just gives like that boyish grin that he has. Even though like his voice is still scratched up from the sobbing earlier. Always.
She's gonna kiss him.
He's going to kiss back, and this time it is going to be with like extremely passionate, which is, you know, he's kissed her before, but not like this. He grabs both sides of her face, and then after the kiss puts his forehead to hers and just holds it there for a bit. I think you should go find your friends. And then I will find you.
Okay.
I'm assuming that Dahlia is on this.
Yes.
Don't worry, your secret's safe with me.
Thank you. We got this. We can do this.
He's gonna push some of the hair out of Velfie's face, like behind her ear, and just do a gentle little twirl with it. Don't stay in here too long. And he points to the side where Chameleon resides. And then he leaves.
Melfi is gonna fall back on the couch. And she might even, I think she's gonna cry a little bit. As like all of that stress, everything she's been holding on is just gone. And she'll heed his warning and she'll gather up her books, everything she brought in. And she'll take one last look around. And then she'll head to the bar.
Alrighty, and as you are making your way to the bar, once you leave Antier's apartment, you don't see anybody in the hallways or anything like that. It seems pretty quiet. You do, however, once you go past the corner and start heading out of the building, pass someone with very long, luscious brown hair, pointed ears, flawless long eyelashes, and honey-colored eyes. And he walks right past you.
I don't think Velfie would make eye contact for too long.
He doesn't make contact with you at all.
She'll kind of note it, but she'll make her way over to the bar.
And with noting it, you do know that this is a place where a lot of masks stay. And you are able to make your way to the bar. Is Dahlia kind of still roaming around trying to find anybody?
Yeah.
Let's say you find Dahlia roaming.
So would I recognize her?
Actually, roll me a perception check. Also, Dahlia, roll me a perception check. It is getting dark now, so you can do this just straight.
Oh no. I'm using a luck point because I want to find her.
24.
Dirty 20.
My disguise doesn't work.
Meets it, beats it. So you both will see each other.
We just do the Spider-Man point.
So I guess maybe we like kind of lock eyes and just I can kind of tell. that it's
And I'll
you.
just like give a little like, hi. And
Velfie.
I'll scare you over.
Okay. What are you doing here?
Well, we have an escape plan, and I want you guys to know it, because I would also like you to know how to escape.
That's good to hear because I made a promise. Antir knows everything.
Okay.
And he's prepared to leave. But
oh.
we need to get his mom out.
Yeah. Well, Belle has a way to get 16 people out. So during the ball, when things go to shit, there'll be an explosion. And you need to find Belle or Tilly. Tilly's the dragonborn.
Yeah, I've met Tilly.
Right. Yep. So
Okay. Well, that's good to know. That's good to know. Okay.
So we have you, Antir, his mom, Professor. I haven't talked to Professor yet. I don't know where he is. We have Ruin and his girlfriend.
I guess.
Crow.
We have room for more people. That's good. If
Yeah.
anyone else, I don't know if Professor. Hopefully, he'd want Andir's mom to come too. That would be really good.
Well, 2 people wanted to come, so I think pretty good case for her to come.
Yeah. I have a feeling she'll go where Tyr goes.
So that's 7. Some more than enough space.
It's 7 of us.
And
plus
me.
You and Beltoff and Tilly, right?
I don't think they. A DM, do Tilly and Beltov count in that lineup? No, they do not.
They don't. Oh, okay. So
Okay.
16 additional.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. This is good news. But you should probably get back. I don't want to risk you being seen, especially top ground. Like,
Yeah. Just needed to tell you all.
yeah. No, I'm glad. I'm glad we ran into each other. Okay. Well, I was gonna head to the bar, see if anyone was there, and kind of inform them of the new developments with Antir.
Ruin's there with, again, his
Oh.
girlfriend with a question mark.
Okay. I'll probably pull him away. Can we? Does she seem
I've
trustworthy?
never even officially met her.
Oh. I don't
I
think.
saw him give her a rock. That's
Right.
about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
That's it.
Yeah. Although I guess if she's coming with us, she's gotta be trustworthy. I don't know. I might just tell Ruin.
It might be safer for her just not to know.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah.
good point.
Mm.
Yes.
And I should be at the ball. I won't look like me, but you know my dress.
Yeah. Oh. Howard.
Magic.
Magic, of course. Magic can do many things. Okay. So you won't
She's
be
gonna
there.
hug Velfie. She seems stressed. She's just gonna hug her.
She's gonna squeeze hard.
She's like, you be so safe.
You as well. Please get back unnoticed.
Yeah.
Maybe
Okay,
avoid
as
church.
she is. Oh, yes.
Okay.
Less a minute. So if you need something in a minute, you got it.
Cool.
But she'll just give you a little boop and she'll wave and disappear.
All right. And then Velfie will make her way over to the bar where Ruin is.
And you are able to very easily make it to the bar. It's very crowded.
Okay. I will look around and see if I can spot the Goliath.
I'm going to say since he is a Goliath, it's pretty easy to spot. So he is at the bar with the dwarven Selin.
Okay. Velvie will make her way up to the bar next to Ruin. Say, hey.
Elfie!
Ruin!
You look,
But Velvie's gonna cast message. Antir knows everything. And he's prepared to leave. Timble!
Yeah?
May I have a screw up, please?
Always?
And he goes and makes the screw up for you, doing that little prestidigitation type spell that he has. And he brings over a screw up.
That'll be 5 silver pieces. It is so
Alright.
busy.
She's just gonna put a gold down on the counter.
Oh, thank you. Always like when you come in.
And he goes and starts making a drink for another patron.
Velfie's gonna take a... She's gonna take some... She might even just down the whole thing.
Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Come on. That is a 6.
It's been a long day. So this is nice.
Oh god. So I think you would like visibly see Velfie kind of relax. So yeah, this is out loud. I just wanted to take a moment to relax a little bit. How are you and Selin? I don't know if we've officially met.
Oh, hello. And she holds out her hand, but she's got her bell in it too.
I will take her hand and shake it so the bell makes noise.
Get ready for a bell off.
I'm sorry, a what?
yeah, at the ball, we're having a bell off.
A bell
We're going
off.
to the bell off at the ball. Ruin's
Yeah.
like,
Okay. She's gonna look at Ruin.
So do you have a bell? You have to have a bell too, right? Because if we're going to do a bell off, everybody needs a bell. This is the only one I
You?
have, though. Temple just gave this to me, so I'm not giving it to you.
Oh, no. You keep that bell. I actually need to go shopping tomorrow, last minute ball things. So I will go out and find a bell for the bell off, and Velvie's going to cast message to Ruin. Is this in relation to the shield coming down?
Dahlia was. This is in our messages in your head, right? Okay.
Yeah.
This was Dahlia being vague.
Okay, well.
So she thinks Belov. Or bell off instead of obvious.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Not my finest moment.
Oh yeah. Do you guys know where they sell bells? I'll find one somewhere.
I haven't been to the bell shop, so
There's a bell shop.
I don't.
You know, I've
probably
lived in the
not.
city my whole life, and I've never seen a bell shop.
You ought to go ask You ought to go ask the blacksmith. I'm sure he'd sell a bell.
Oh, that's not a bad idea. Okay. Going to the blacksmith to get a bell. Well, Selin, we will have that bell off, and I'm gonna win.
And you see like the whole like face change as you have told a barbarian she is not going to win. And it's almost like she sobers up as she looks at Ruin. I have to go practice, and leaves.
Sorry. It was meant to be lighthearted. You know, this drink hit me a little harder than I was anticipating. I am so sorry. If you want to go,
Timble, I need a fuck up.
if you want to run after her,
Oh, we're switching up? Okay, number one, I can do that.
And he's just gonna bring you over a fuck up.
That is 5 silver pieces, please.
Throwing a gold down.
Oh, thank you. I love when y'all come in.
And he just scoops it up and it gives you your fuck up.
She's down in the underground anyway, and if I can avoid getting into unnecessary
oh
fights tonight.
yeah,
I mean, I've been down there once, but and survived, but I'm not risking it more than we have to, especially with the bell off so close.
yeah, with the bell off. That I now am in competition with
The
Selin.
barbarian.
It was a joke. It was just it's meant to be.
It was
a joke.
it was a good joke. It was a great joke, even.
She maybe took it just a little too seriously, though. Like, I mean, there's not gonna be a bell off.
I mean, there's gonna be some loud noise.
Yeah, we can distract
Maybe
them.
some- yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and Ruin's gonna like down the fuck up and put his hand on his forehead.
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
I intentionally want to fail it. Like he's just
All right, you fail, and you're
yeah.
feeling
I'm
good.
very drunk. I'm very drunk at this point because it's been wine and now.
All right, and you are both able to have your conversation at the bar as you both are feeling slightly tipsy. Or drunk, in the case of Ruin. Where is Dahlia headed?
She's probably heading back by this time.
Alrighty.
Back down to Belle's house.
And you are able to make it back without incident, and it doesn't seem like anybody really paid any mind. And as you are making your way to the underground, you see Pleasures, and the Clever Slug is packed as normal. And you see a few of the shops are busy too as you're going down the stairs. Roll me a perception check.
Does the slug, do they do like dinners to go?
You could ask.
I'll go in there and just ask if they would do like 3 dinners to go. 3 meals to go.
3 meals to go. I can do that. And he's going to scream meal 3 times to the back and then he adds, they're not having it here. And they are get that situated and everything. That is going to be gold and 5 silver.
Is there also a way we can also get like ale as well with that to wash it down?
Yeah, no, I know how to do that. Well, how,
Can we just have a bottle? Is that okay?
well, I have a keg. I don't have,
It's a little too heavy for me. I'm not that strong.
I don't think I have any of those fancy bags some people carry either. Let
Oh. Like a bag of holding.
I don't know what they're called. Y'all are into the magic stuff, not me.
I have one.
Oh, okay.
So I could do a keg.
Alrighty. Well, the keg will be 10 gold pieces. And if you will come around the corner to the door right there, and he's going to point behind the bar, there is a door that goes to like a back storage area. I will pick it up and put it in your bag for you. But do you have help? Because it is heavy.
Okay.
Okay, as long as you
Will
have
do.
help. Okay.
And he
I have help once I get to my spot.
That's all you need.
and he is going to lead you to the back into the storeroom. And this storeroom is full of kegs, big kegs. And there's also some small ones as well, which is what he is selling to you. And you also see this like wall of bottles. They're all full.
Bottles?
And
I don't tell anybody because I don't sell it. But I distill my own liquor
Why don't you sell it?
because it's mine.
Is it good?
he's going to go open one of the bottles that he has already opened. And he's got a little shot glass next to it. He cleans it out, washes it out, puts a little in there for you, and hands it over.
Try it.
It's amaretto flavored. And like it goes down almost like butter. Like it doesn't burn. You don't get that like that tingling in your nose or anything like that. It smells really good. He has perfected distilling whatever this liquor is.
She said you could make platinums. Like by the bucket load with this stuff.
Do you think anybody down here even has platinums?
You could go topside with this stuff.
I don't like topside.
Well, that's where the money is.
I don't like topside.
Okay, you don't have to go to topside, but like, seriously, like this stuff is amazing.
Well, I'm glad you liked it.
Can I buy some off of you?
And you see like this puppy dog looking eyes on this
Okay,
this orc.
yeah, when you do that face, I won't do that when you do that face. Never mind.
You're a friend of Belle's. I'll 10 gold pieces.
I was gonna gift it to Belle.
Oh, then here.
And he just hands it free.
See? Well, thank you. She was just gonna hand the rest of the money for the meal and the keg.
He takes it, he pockets it, and he helps lift this like really heavy keg up to put into the bag of holding. And it is full to the brim. Like you can hear it kind of sloshing a bit. It's got the, he adds like a little contraption that you can put the little keg in there and do the little spout. And,
Alrighty, I think you're set.
Thank you. And the meals are in there as well?
Not yet. Those, we need to go back out to get those.
and he walks out and, there are 3 containers of, trying to think of what they would put it in. It's like this metal box that has been like heated, but it's not super hot to where it scalds you, but it's like a little like metal lock box, and it's got the little like clamp on it. And he hands over 3.
She'll kiss his cheek and tell him he's amazing and then head on out.
He just holds it
I'm amazing.
as he looks over at a patron that he's serving. And the person he's serving is just like, okay. And you are able to make your way to Belle's. Is there anything you'd like to do on the way?
No, I don't think so.
All right, you're able to make it there. You are able to do the knock, but no one answers. So it's easy to just unlock the door. No one's here. And seems just as it was before you left. The note is still under the bed that you left for Beltav, and you still haven't got that sending stone off yet.
Okay, I'll leave the note there, and I'll just put the meals on the table. The nice alcohol also on the table. And, I will draw the rest of the party, finish the rest of the party in her notebook.
Roll me a performance at advantage.
Um, 17.
It looks just like them as you were able to get that into your journal as you're drawing into it. And with that, Professor Friedrich, it's been a couple hours now. Axe slowly starts to bring himself to. And he just sits there.
What does he look like? Can I read his face?
Roll me an insight check.
21.
He looks like an extremely sad boy.
Let me just say I'm very proud of what you've done this evening.
And when you say you're proud of him, he turns to look at you. And he is crying.
It may not feel like it right now, but you've done incredible things. You've been incredibly brave. And I imagine you've learned a lot. And in time, you will decide what to do with it. And I'll be here to help as I can.
He's going to give a nod. And then he slowly, licks his lips and then... What do you know of necrotics?
I know that necrotics is a god of the dead, if I'm not mistaken.
He's going to nod. I need his ritual again.
You need his ritual again. And why is that?
Because that's the ritual I have to that I have to do.
And what do you hope to gain from doing that?
See a normal life.
And what about your life?
He doesn't respond.
I haven't heard from Z yet. He's not back.
He'll probably be out for the rest of the evening.
If you feel up to talking about it, you may not tonight, but can you walk me through what happened the first time you attempted the ritual?
Takes him a while to respond. My brother was dying. He got bit. And you could see it traveling from his hand all the way up his arm. I didn't know what to do, so I just begged anything and everything that would listen.
And you want to commune with necrotics again?
I don't know if it was necrotics the first time, but if it was, I thank him for it.
It came at a cost that you know best.
Doesn't everything come at a cost?
It does, but sometimes the cost is more apparent up front, and sometimes the cost is something you might not immediately be aware of, something that could cost you down the line in a way you couldn't possibly foresee.
Speak as if you know the ritual I'm talking about.
I've read about it.
Well, Professor, from a student standpoint, how would that go?
I would say from any standpoint, it would be dangerous.
So is being a reaper.
That is true. But there are calculated risks and things like that, and look, it sounds like you're only focused on Z right now, which is noble and selfless. But you may want to ask Z what he wants.
I know he doesn't want to be stuck in a tin can for the rest of his life.
But does he want to be out of that tin can and alone?
You see heartbreak cross Axe's face.
And that's what I mean about an unforeseen cost. I'm not saying that's not the decision he'll ultimately make, but it's not one to be made tonight after what you've been through.
Well, in order to make an informed decision, I need to know what that ritual entails.
Okay. There is an event coming up above the table. Is there an age thing on the ball? Did it be a certain age to go?
Yes, because there's alcohol and everything else involved, so the kids are not invited.
Would they know of it?
They've heard of it.
The as you may know, the Order's Ball is tomorrow evening. I don't know if you're winking to say planning to attend or sit out or not, but can we plan to meet maybe a day or so after that, and then we can talk about that ritual and what you'd like to do?
He looks like he's going to say something and then he hesitates. And then he just nods.
I think if you're going to sacrifice for someone, it is important to understand what that person wants to. And you have the look of someone prepared to sacrifice everything.
Thank you, Professor, for your guidance, but what I sacrifice is for me and me to choose alone.
That is true. I, as always, am just here to pass on whatever guidance my old bones may have picked up along the way, for you to take and do what you will with.
Thank you.
How does getting some rest sound?
He's gonna nod.
Yeah, believe me, this has been a worthwhile experience, though it is way past my bedtime. And maybe yours too.
Are you heading out?
I'm about to head out, yeah.
As you start to make your way out of their apartment, you're gonna feel Axe at his 3 feet tall pretty much give you a hug around your legs. Very quick.
I'm going to pat his head, and I'm going to look down and I'll say, I have full confidence in time that you'll do the right thing.
He's gonna let go and go to his bed and pick up a book. But you can tell he's not reading it, he's just staring at it.
I will leave. I'll bid him farewell and walk out and shut the door. Is there any sign of Z?
Z is sitting outside the front door. Big armor suit, 6.5 feet tall, just sitting at the front door with his knees tucked in and his head on his knees.
I'm just going to sit down beside him.
And you hear like little sniffles.
It's been a day, hasn't it?
Yeah.
How are you doing?
He just shakes his head no.
You don't have to be okay. It's okay to not be okay.
You hear a couple whimpers.
I was just telling your brother you've probably learned a lot tonight. But you don't have to rush to any decisions. You don't have to think anything you saw may be set in stone. It can't be altered. It's just guidance. It's just more information. You know, in science, you have to do the most with as much information as you can get, but you'll never have perfect information.
Why does knowledge increase sorrow?
If I knew the answer to that. I don't know. I guess it's the price.
I don't like the price.
It may be worth it, though. Sometimes it feels like it would be nice to be ignorant and live a blissful life. But think of everything you'd miss out on.
He's just gonna nod and still whimpering.
When I did what you did, I slept for a long time. I sleep a lot anyway, more than I should. But I think it can do you a lot of good. Help you sort of figure out what you want to do, what you're about, and what kind of decision you want to make.
I don't really sleep.
But I'm sure you rest in some way.
He just nods, and you can see like the little piece of his like helmet just kind of going with it.
Sometimes just sitting really still and just thinking only about, I don't know, maybe your cat.
Is Boo still in there?
Yeah, Boo's fine. Boo's good. He's actually looking for you in there.
Thanks, Professor. And he just walks into his house and starts looking for Boo.
Try to have a good evening. I told Axe I would get back in touch with you in a couple of days after the ball, so we'll see each other again soon.
He nods and gives a wave and wishes you good night.
Good night. Bonsoir. Auf Wiedersehen.
And where are you headed to now?
After the door closes, one, do I have any inkling of what time it is?
It's late.
Well, I need to walk home. But I could go for a drink on the way. I'll stop by and see if they're open.
You are able to make your way to the bar. And no one really stops you, pays you any mind. But the bar is extremely busy, even more so than earlier. But you do see Velfie, Ruin, at the bar. Drunk.
They both appear to be drunk.
Ruin more so than Velfie.
Ruin is very drunk.
Well, good evening, you two.
Professor.
Hey.
I don't understand why it's so busy. The night before an event with free alcohol and everyone wants to come pay for it. By the way, I need to go get a drink and I'll walk to the bar.
Hi, Professor. I ain't seen any of those pretty colors you were talking about. I've been looking for it though.
I appreciate the dedication you have to literally everything you do, Timville. It's great.
What can I get you?
A fuck up, please.
You got it. 5 silver pieces, please.
There's a gold.
I sure do love when y'all come in.
As he takes that gold piece and gives you your fuck up.
I'll don it right there at the bar.
Constitution saving throw.
It's my strong suit +1. 18.
You're feeling pretty good after that one.
I'm feeling like another one, Timble. That one was good. That was the second best one you've ever made. This next one will be the best one.
Well, I've got to make it perfect then.
And he goes and makes you another one.
5 silver pieces.
Another gold. I'll down it again.
Okay, Constitution saving throw.
11.
You're feeling pretty tipsy.
I'll go join my compatriots.
You want another one?
I better not. That one, nothing could top that last one, so. Bravo.
What's that mean? You're not going to drink here anymore?
No, just for tonight.
Oh, okay.
And you're able to join your friends.
How's it going? Everyone looks so cheerful.
Yes. I'm great. I don't know what you're talking about.
Totally.
Good day.
Velfie, she's going to cast message to the professor. Andir knows everything. We are leaving tomorrow at the ball. He needs his mom to come. Do you think you can help with that? And then she'll say, yeah, we've been kind of, drinking our sorrows.
Valfie's getting prepared for the bell off tomorrow.
Yes, I
Being
have to.
tipsy, do I hear bell off or do I hear?
With everything that's happening, roll me a perception to see if you hear bell toff or bell off.
18.
You hear bell off.
This is part of the ball I've not heard of before. I'm not sure I've seen. Are there any bells in the city?
Selen had a tiny one. Selen was here earlier, but then I told her that I was going to win the bell off, and she left so she could practice. So,
Yeah, thanks for that.
kind of ruined his date. But I told you you could go after her if you wanted.
There's a lot going on right now. Because I heard the message and then immediately went into a conversation about bells. It seemed very different. Can I reply to the head message?
Yep, message you can respond
In
to.
my head? Okay. I can try to get her to come with us. I'm sure she'll follow her son. Where are we going?
She'll cast message again. I would imagine we are going to the Raiders camp, but I can't be sure.
Now, Friedrich doesn't know about a Raiders camp, does he?
It's the first time you're hearing about all this.
Is this inside the city or outside the city? Can we all go? Can we just go right now?
Well, not ready to go today.
How will I know when it's time to leave? Will there be any sort of indicator?
Belvy's gonna go.
Can we take anyone else with us?
She'll cast message again. We have enough for 16 people. And right now we have 8.
Are we leaving from the ball?
I think so. Just stay by Beltoff or the blue dragonborn named Tilly. When it happens. Anyway,
Yeah, I don't know if he would respond to that. He's probably a bit like, I know I drank those two really fast, but normally I can hold my own.
It's like, I don't want to be anywhere near Beltoff.
How close do I have to stand to him?
you have to hold his hand.
I'll die.
Professor walks into the middle of the explosion.
Just arms spread wide.
But yeah, so it's been a night.
Yeah, got a big day tomorrow. Everybody got all their preparations done, and everybody ready for the ball.
I still actually have to go see Calandra. We were supposed to go dress shopping. So So I need to see if maybe we can still get a dress before the ball.
Yeah, I'm sure you can. I mean, there's that tailor person we met seems skilled.
Yeah,
Names escape me after a few fuck ups.
I think it was Ophelia.
That sounds right. Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, she was able to kind of whip up our clothes pretty quick, so I guess we will be okay. But
That'll be fun. I mean, I guess I won't be able to go get tea in the morning then, but I'm sure I've got something at my place I can whip up.
yeah, I don't know if she'll close the shop. From what I understand, unless she's gone shopping without me, I don't know. But I'm gonna check in the morning, see if maybe we can go get a dress. Because I want to make a good impression, you know? Dating her son and all.
Yeah, I understand wanting to make a good impression.
You're not dating her son.
No. I looked down at my empty glass and went, is this 2 or 4? No, but I'm sure if you made plans with her, then she'll keep them and she'll be eager to see you in the morning. And it will be great.
It'll be great. To greatness. And then Velfie will down her empty glass.
It wouldn't, when it melts a little bit, you get like more.
Second drink.
Yes.
And with that, is there any last minute things you want to do this evening as you all are drinking in the bar and chit chatting and or do you 3 drink tonight and then head home to go to sleep?
I think Friedrich would call it a day and bid everyone farewell. Should we meet up before the ball tomorrow? Like enter as an entourage, or are we all going to be sort of fashionably late by 15 minutes? Or can you tell I don't do a lot of these things normally?
Well, this is my first ball. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. Oh. She'll laugh.
Yeah, no idea.
So, I guess maybe we could meet out front. Maybe.
Yeah, that
I don't know.
sounds great. Yeah.
Okay. Do we know where the ball is?
The ball is in the area you all get your orders from.
Oh. Okay.
It is in the base. And for those of you who have been to a ball before, the standard lineup is people kind of trickle in. And then once the party gets going at about halfway through, there's always this person who makes a speech to the Reapers and then thanks them for their service. And then the party continues on for another few hours and people just kind of trickle out.
Lovely. Yeah, we can all go in together, so it doesn't look weird. I wonder if Dolmet will still be sitting at his desk with everything going on around him.
Probably.
He said he wasn't going to be there, didn't he? But we don't know what he looks like. Maybe he will be there, and we just won't know.
Point. I don't know if I could make a joke and see if someone
Almost laughs.
almost laughs. But oh yeah, I don't know. Maybe it is time for some rest.
Yeah, it's been a long day.
It's been a very long day.
And what about Ruin?
Yeah, Ruin's like, yeah, it's been a long day and is already walking upstairs.
Alrighty. And you all are able to head to your respective houses. Does Velfie go back to her dorm?
She was thinking about going back to Antier's apartment. But because he told her to stay away, I think she'll go to her dorm.
And you all are able to go to your respective houses. Nothing looks out of the ordinary as you enter. And you all are able to get a long rest. And Dahlia. As the night progresses, you have the food set out. Beltov and Tilly come in a lot later, and they just look ragged. Like they are tired. But when they open the door and Tilly sees you, her face brightens up. Oh, hello, you're back! Slumber
Yeah,
party!
Yeah. Yes.
And Beltov will slowly, like, take off, like, his battle leathers and everything, and he hangs them up at the front. Did you have a good day today?
Yeah. Pretty uneventful. Nice.
Good, good.
Is it today okay?
I think we're as set up as we're going to get. Now, just the night before nerves. And hope nothing goes wrong.
Yeah.
But if something does go wrong, we got a plan for that too. As Tilly just kind of goes,
Well, that's good. Well, there's dinner for you, and I got an extra special bottle. And also ale, but I can't lift it out of my bag of holding, though.
Tilly's eyes just go like sparkle like cat like at the meal. And ale? We have ale. Belle, we have ale. She got us ale. And Beltov's like, well, we have to help her get it out of the bag before you destroy the bag first.
And she'll start to pull it out.
They all help you to get it situated and everything. And Tilly sits on the floor like she's waiting for Dahlia to get one, and then she'll get one because she's not going to serve herself first.
Dahlia won't give her the first one.
Well, you got it. It's supposed to be for you.
I'm good.
And she just looks at it and and like downs it immediately. Like pours it down her gullet type thing.
Nice. And then she'll set out the meals.
You didn't have to do all this, you know. Thank you.
Okay, I can just take it back up top. Then she'll start putting it away.
What? And Beltov just kind of looks like, okay. I was just saying thank you.
I'm just teasing. You're gonna eat it.
Oh, okay. And it's almost like that just went over his head. And he'll like gingerly sit down and start eating some of the meal, and he eats it in order like of his favorite things first and saves the best for last.
What was his favorite?
Out of this one, it would have been like this dressing like thing that was included.
He makes note of that.
Like this little dressing stuffing type stuff. Are you gonna eat too?
I would say she probably already ate
Okay.
when she got here.
And they eat their meals and like they just look exhausted. And once they finish, they pack everything up neatly and they just kind of sit in their chairs and then they look at each other and then they look at Dahlia. If something goes wrong tomorrow, our teleportation scrolls are kept here. And they both tap their shoulders, like there's a pad on their shirts that they've got something tucked in.
I can also revive, though. So hopefully, if you have extra diamonds, I have one. If you can get me more, I can do it more than once.
Tilly has this, like, really, like, sad look on her face. I don't think we'd have the time. Once this goes into motion, if one of us goes down, we're not going to have the time.
Well, hopefully we'll find time. And it won't come to that.
Tilly is just going to give a big grin, like with all of her teethy little sharp teeth.
Yeah, we won't need it.
And Belle's going to pull out the teleportation scroll and kind of explain how it works. Just in case.
She'll just silently listen, just not wanting to listen.
And he will roll it up and then put it back into that pocket. And he's going to then pull out 2 sets of rings. One goes on his finger. This is a ring of disguised self. This will allow our disguises to stay up a little longer than an hour. And he just takes this deep breath and he drinks some more of that ale you brought in. And he goes and reaches into his bag and he pulls out this tuxedo. And it is like a white tux, so it's like inverted. And he hangs it up on the wall to make sure that there are no creases in it. Tomorrow's gonna be a big day. And then he'll give Dahlia a squeeze on the shoulder. The bed is yours for this evening. I'm good on the floor.
Again, I don't need much sleep. Probably gonna send a few messages before bed, so you sleep first. And I'll watch. First.
Are you sure? All right. And they both make their way to their beds, hunker down for the evening. Tilly's out like a light. And when you say you don't need much sleep, she's like, well, I do. And then just goes to sleep.
She needs all of it.
And she's got like the little snoot kind of like out since her nose is so long. She's just kind of like crocodile laying. And Belle slowly tucks himself in. And he just stares at the ceiling. And it takes a long time for him to fall asleep.
She's gonna do hopefully not too crazy of a play.
All right.
Ascending to dragon.
Oh, okay.
Think this makes sense? I've rewritten it like 5 times, so hopefully it makes. But just kind of quietly in the corner. How badly do you want to stay with an order that collars those who want to fight for the people's freedom to keep them and not keep them under that doesn't make sense. Hang on. Who wants to fight for people's freedom?
Repeat it for me one more time.
How badly do you want to stay with an order that collars those who want to fight for people's freedoms?
Takes a long while. Who is this?
Last sending I have. Full confidence, full sin. Dahlia Jade. That's all she'll send.
My debt to thee has been repaid. And that is all he says.
Should have stayed deep in thought.
And roll me a perception check for your watch.
She'll probably even sit outside of the house for a little bit of it as well. And she'll guide herself because she can, and I forget that I can do that. 27.
27? Nice.
With guidance, yeah.
You see some people wandering around down here that look like they live here, just trying to see what all they can, find, scavenge, things like that. When they see you, they kind of wide-eyed and then run away. As they weren't expecting anyone else to be down here, especially outside of their house. And they're like, oh, what if I got caught? What if I got caught? And they just kind of run away. You hear the partying from the layers above. And you just get this whooshing feeling from that pit.
Curious. I don't think this will work, but she's gonna try going up to the pit, and she's gonna try animate dead on something. It has to be a corpse or a pile of bones. She's never been able to cast it. She's tried it on Scholar. That's the only time.
Your spell connects with something.
Yes.
But it does not feel natural. And you get the sense it has already been animated. And you can feel numerous bones, numerous appendages, numerous heads.
In one being?
In one being.
Yeah.
Numerous minds.
And it's already animated.
And whatever it is, when you try to animate it, it attaches. but there's already something animating it. And Dahlia remembers voices from this morning.
Oh. Well. Well, I am going to ignore that and just go back inside.
And you're able to go inside and switch places with Beltov. But when you wake Beltov up, it looks like he's almost having some kind of nightmare. But you are able to switch places with him.
He okay? But he's okay?
It looks like... Give me an insight check.
$22.
You get the idea that you can see his eyes kind of furrowing, or his eyebrows furrowing, his eyes just kind of dancing behind his eyelids. But it seems like this is a common occurrence. Oh, it's alright, morning. It's my time to watch. As like the I'm not a morning person wakes up. And he just kind of shuffles to the door. Sits in front of it.
I'll do a glyph of warding on the door.
And you're able to get that off, no problem. And you all are able to hit that long rest button as you all go to sleep. It is now the day of the ball. You have maybe, depending on what time you wake up, 10 to 12 hours to prepare for anything that you might need to get done for the day. And we're just going to go in the order of our screens. Professor Friedrich, what you doing this morning?
It's a lovely day in the neighborhood. Friedrich is going to wake up, hopefully after a full night's sleep, and make some tea, but all he's got in the house this morning is a dragon's fire brew tea bag. So he will brew up a nice hot cup of that and down it slowly.
All right, and as you drink it, it is a little spicy. As you take in this dragon fire brew, you will have fire resistance, and it allows you to breathe small bursts of fire for a short period of time, dealing minor fire damage to targets. We'll say this goes until you take your long rest this evening.
Is it like a breath weapon? I was reading up on that. That's what I have in the notes.
Yeah.
Breath weapon for 24 hours.
Yeah, you get a breath weapon for 24 hours.
Cool. And then I'm going to go to the university.
All right. You're able to make your way to the university, right? Since it's right next to the base, you can see there are a lot of people working outside the base right now. No one's really going in or out besides the people who are currently making it all pretty for this evening. You can see that they are decorating it with beautiful lights and making it extremely welcoming. As you pass and you make your way to the university, what are you looking for?
I'm going to look through student records, if I can find them, and try to find the last known address of my former student Zell and his parents' names.
You are able to get into the records room without much incident. No one really questions you or anything because you're a professor. So you're able to get into the student record room and you were able to find Zell's file. No father on record, but there is a mother named Vesper.
Okay. Is there a last known address?
There is a last known address, and it's Not too terribly far from where your apartment is, more so very far east. Probably behind the cathedral.
I'm going to put the records back, try to make it look like no one was in here as best I can, and start to walk that way.
It takes you a little while as you're going to the far east side, but you're able to find Vesper's home. This is the little bit more well-off part of town. It's almost like well-off is in the east, and it goes slowly less as you make your way west. But it's a little one-story home. And the walls are shared with another one-story home.
What does it look like from the outside? Does it look like someone still lives in it?
Give me a perception check.
18.
This particular house isn't as taken care of as the rest. But it does look like somebody still lives there.
Do I see any light or activity? Is there a window?
There are a few windows. And with this being early in the morning, you don't necessarily see any lights on because there are windows. Lights coming through there. But you don't necessarily see movement in the house right now.
Okay. I'm going to pull out a piece of parchment because I'm sure I have that on me as a wizard and a professor dude, man. And I'm going to use my quill tattoo to write a note. And it's just going to say, Vesper, Zell. Okay, I'll take that back. It's just going to say, Zell wanted to thank you for raising him the way you did to protect those that can't protect themselves. He was the brightest and bravest student I had ever had. I'm sorry. Friedrich Edler. And then I'm going to tap it and speak Vesper's name and make it visible only to her and myself for the next 24 hours. I'm going to sort of roll it up around the chain of the quill necklace that I took from his body, and I'm going to hang that on the doorknob.
And you're able to hang that on the doorknob, and you don't hear any rustling inside or anything like that. But you're able to put it on the door.
And I'm going to try to sneak away before anyone notices I was there. And honestly, I'll just sort of stroll around town for a bit.
All right. Yeah, no one's really out and about right now, so you can kind of like blend in, get out, and you're able to walk around town. And while this is happening, what is Velfie doing?
Belfie would be, I think she'd get up a little earlier than normal. Get ready and kind of make her way over to Seraphina's.
All right. You're able to make your way to Seraphina's. Her front, like her storefront, looks the same as always. There is no like welcome in, no open sign. Her shop is one you have to know where it is. And you're able to walk in. And she's just laying on her counter today,
Just on her back.
looking
On
at
the
her
counter?
ceiling. Yep.
All right. Belle? Hello.
Oh, hello. What can I do for you today?
She'll kind of look up at the ceiling. See if there's anything of note up there.
Nothing out of the ordinary.
I was just checking in to see if maybe you had any additional information on what I asked about.
Well, and she sits up. I have found some information that the celestial particles are a part of the... They're in the Order's armory, per se. Something like that. It's within the walls of the Order, a little deeper than I can get to.
Well, I guess it's good that I have someone on the inside.
Oh, well, look at you. Are we going to become an information broker?
Not as good as you. I'm not quite that resourceful.
No one's as good as me. It is all right.
Yeah. Well, hopefully everything works out then.
Also have some information on those fate strings.
Oh,
You need to wrestle them from an archfey.
did you say wrestle?
Well, I doubt very seriously she will give it up lightly.
Okay. I guess that was to be expected. Do you know where this archfey is?
She is outside of Aurora. Typically likes to be in the wooded areas.
So no, like, permanent residence anywhere?
I don't know of an exact permanent residence, but I'm sure she's made a house somewhere. I don't think she would just... I don't think she's the type that would just want to wander and sleep in trees all day. But who knows, maybe I am wrong on that. Maybe that is something she enjoys.
I mean, you can't go wrong with a comfy tree, although we did get attacked by trees once. So I guess that would be a reason to not want to sleep in trees. They will attack you.
Never heard of that one before.
Information you were not privy to, you're welcome.
She's gonna hand you 5 gold pieces.
Oh, so this is what it's like.
Welcome to being an information broker.
Okay.
But be wary of her. Do not make pinky promises with that one.
Is it like super binding? Something?
She's an archfey. You pinky promise with her and you have made a pact. And whatever you promise, you will not be able to get out of.
Okay. Everything just keeps getting better and better.
Well, I've heard if you get on her nice side, she's nice-ish.
Nice-ish. I can work with nice-ish. Okay. Well, thank you for your help. I appreciate it.
Of course, anything I can do to help you.
Will we be seeing you at the ball tonight?
She just gives a grin. Wouldn't miss it.
Okay. Well, I hope you have fun.
Oh, it'll be a blast.
Velthy will. She'll laugh just like that. Hmm.
And Seraphina just watches.
And Velthy will kind of stand there for a minute, but then she'll... Yeah, well... I will see you then.
Seraphina's going to pause. And then she's slowly going to reach behind her counter and pull out a little dagger and gently toss it to Velfie.
She'll try to catch it.
Roll me a sleight of hand check to see if you catch it.
13.
You fumble with it, but you don't hurt yourself on it. For being one of the few that asks how I am doing.
Oh. Well, I mean, you know, manners.
And then she just kind of cackles a little bit. No more surprises, as she has gifted you a dagger of warning.
Dagger of warning.
A dagger
Okay.
of warning. As long as you are attuned to that dagger, you cannot be surprised. If anything happens in the night, it will wake you up.
Cool. Okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
She just smiles.
Belfie, she'll tuck it away. And she'll say, well, I'll see you later.
Tootles. And she goes back to looking at her ceiling.
Belfie's gonna look up just one more time.
There's nothing there.
Okay. All right. And she will walk out of the store and head towards Enchanty.
Alrighty. And with that, Dahlia, how are you spending your morning?
She's gonna make the coffee this time to not choke on it this time.
And you're able to make the coffee. Beltov, like, kind of leans back at that cool boy stance and just watches her make it.
And then she'll explain what she tried last night. She'll be like, yeah, so there is a animated dead thing in the pit. Not sure if you are privy to that or if you know what that is or any insight on what the multiple dead things stuck together and animated back to life thing down in the pit is.
I'm actually going to roll for that. Where is his card? There he is. You see all the, like, blood drain from his face. And it looks like he's putting things together. Why would they need that kind of magic? What kind of thing would be down there that would require animation from being dead, but also bits and pieces, and just as like you see those gears rolling, that just blood drains from his face. Did Dahlia ever tell Beltov she can speak with the dead?
Well, no. No. She did. She said that they were all screaming in the crystals.
Okay, okay. He straightens up a bit. Have you talked to it?
Tried to, but there are all sorts of voices. Disjointed. Incoherent.
Would you mind going with me and talking to it once more?
No. Don't mind.
I have an idea, and I really hope I'm wrong.
Okay. No, that's okay. Yeah. And then she'll head back out there and cast speak with... Yeah, she'll just speak with Dead on it.
And again, you hear those disjointed voices.
Okay. What do you want me to say?
And he looks worried. Can you ask for Elias?
Okay. Then she'll reach out. Is Elias among you?
They again all go quiet. Roll me a D100.
I wish there was something I could help with these D100 rolls. Okay, there's a 10.
Guidance.
Heck, I wish. Okay.
Advantage on a D100.
Those are two 100s. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, there's 10. Okay, I'm fine. I'm not panicking. Maybe. 80. Actually, it would be 90 because it was 2 zeros and then an 8. An 80.
80,
It
okay.
was an 8 and then 2 zeros.
An 8, then
Which would
2.
be 10.
So it would be 90.
You know, we had this conversation the other day last time we did
we
one of
did.
these.
There's two different ways to look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
So it's up to you.
Double zero
Is it-
and an 8 would just be 8, right?
00 and an 8, I think would be 8.
Okay.
The double is the tens place.
Yeah, so that's what we were talking about. We decided on when you roll a D100, the doubles number is your
That makes sense.
tens place, your tens number is your ones place.
And a double zero and a 0 is 100 because you can't have 0%.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Okay.
So
And my brain. I will forget this next time I roll.
Oh, we do all the time. We have to sit here and debate on it. With an 8, they get quiet. And then a masculine voice. Elias.
Are you Elias?
Elias. And that's all you
Okay,
can get.
There's just one voice saying Elias over and over again.
What about Vana?
Anna's... She was in the grove, but I could try. Alright. Vana?
Roll me another D100.
Okay.
So many D100s. They're fun.
It's the 50 and then 1, so 51.
Feminine voice calls back. Vana?
And that's her voice.
That is her voice.
And she'll nod. Vana is here. They're just saying that they're just repeating their names back. Might have to be closer to make this work. I don't know. I haven't had much practice to speaking with dead.
And you just, like, he's pale. Beltov is very pale, as what you have described as being a conglomerate of human pieces is speaking to you, and the voices of people you know.
I take his hand. Try to bring him back to present.
And he looks at you. Have you ever wondered what they do with the bodies?
I have wondered, yes. Is that it? Who has the power to animate that?
My only guess is Cinder.
Yes, he can do necromancy.
I haven't seen his magic up close, but I would theorize.
Do you know anything of necrosis?
I don't know much. Apparently he's a god of the dead or something. Everyone that you just spoke to is considered traitor? So, and he just pauses. I think that is a collection of a lot of my friends down there.
We're walking away. We're walking away from it.
And if she is pulling him, he slowly follows, but his face is directly to that pit.
Yeah. And then she's just gonna like grab his face. Say, that's why we're getting everybody out, so that this doesn't keep happening. That's the last of them. No more are going down there.
He's gonna nod and kind of like tap his own face.
Well, she's holding his face.
So he's tapping her hands then. Okay.
No more are going down there.
No more going down there.
So you can't die. Because that will just let us. Yeah. Okay.
He gives like a half smirk.
So I don't. You can't die, okay?
He's just gonna rest his forehead on hers. And you can't either.
I don't know. I have death powers, so maybe something weird will happen.
Well, let's not find out, shall we? And he'll kind of do like a little head nuzzle, and we need to get ready for this evening.
What all needs to be done?
I think we have everything set. Now it's just waiting. And any last minute preparations, anything you might need to gather?
Can I kill Ignatius?
He pauses.
Or would that ruin everything?
It wouldn't ruin everything, but when we're in there, if it's not a one-shot, then we're going to be surrounded by very powerful people. But if you can get the one shot on him, I can't tell you what to do.
I'll be using most of my power for protection, so I won't have it.
He may not die tonight, but I can promise you we'll try. If not tonight, then I will do whatever I can to help you end his life.
No more of his puppets.
No more puppets.
Good.
And he'll take one of her hands and gives it a little squeeze as he takes in a deep breath. And with that, Ruin, what are you doing for your morning?
I think I get up a little later than, it's probably noon by the time he wakes up, really, just between the alcohol and everything else. And I would make my way over to, I saw that based. I would make my way over to Seraphina's.
All right, you're able to make it to Seraphina's, and when you open the door, she's not in there. Not in this room, anyway.
Hello?
When we say hello, she peeks her head through the curtains. Oh, hello, you just caught me. What can I do for you?
I just wanted to come in and say thank you. Because the help that you gave me, Greater Restoration or Remove Curse or the scroll that I was given cleared a lot of things up, but left me with just as many questions.
Oh, glad I could help. Typically, when you find answers in a new perspective, you get a lot more questions.
Yeah. Yep. And now I get to find my own answers, which feels nice for a change.
She just gives you a half smile.
And that's it. I don't have anything else for you today. I'll just see you at the ball.
I hope you have a blast.
Yeah, I'm sure. And I'll turn around to leave.
Toodles.
And I think the only other thing I was doing was making sure, I probably go right back to the bar and get his suit ready and is making sure it looks good and, just kind of.
And it looks immaculate. No wrinkles, nothing like that. It looks good.
Which was surprising considering he's been carrying it with him off and on.
Oh, you didn't leave it in the bar?
No, I was kidding.
Okay.
I'm kidding. No, I left it in the bar. But just just getting rested and ready because it's going to be stuff.
And you are able to get everything ready as it is going to be a long night. And with that, Friedrich, are you still wandering?
Yeah, just sort of. Sydonia's a dreary place, but I'm taking it in a bit because I may not see it again for a while.
And as you take it in, you do see, even though it is super dreary, there are some good things in Sydonea. You see some kids playing in the market, like square, where their parents are selling some things. You see the giant tree in front of the base with its pretty orange leaves. You see, even though they're very timid and very scared, some people talking to each other and helping each other out. And even though this is a bleak place and there's a lot of corruption here, there's still good here too. This might be a little bit difficult to see.
Can I go back towards Ax and Z's apartment?
Of course.
And I want to just go down the hallway and just sort of stand for a minute really quietly and see if I hear anything.
You hear...
From their room.
Roll me a perception.
16.
You hear some scuffling about, but it doesn't sound like the brothers are talking to each other at the moment.
I'm sure they will be able to handle themselves, so I will leave.
And is there anywhere you're headed? Or are you just going back to wandering?
Knowing that Velfi and Calandra are going dress shopping, I will not go to Enchantee, and I'll just go sit on a park bench somewhere like an old man.
And you're able to get
Feed the pigeons.
Park bench and feed the pigeons, and they are very much enjoying that. Even though there's not too many birds here, you find a couple that have probably made their nests in the little houses, and they never fly higher than the sphere is. And you're just able to watch as Sydonea comes to life in its bleak glory. And with that, Belfi, you reach Enchantee. And for the first time that you ever remember, there is a closed sign.
She's gonna knock on the door.
You see a curtain kind of open and then immediately close. And then you hear some unlocking of some of the locks that Calandra has on her door. And she opens it just to peek.
Hi. We were just coming to see if you wanted to go dress shopping since the ball is tonight and I've been a bit busy, but I remembered, I didn't forget.
Oh, yes. And she's going to open the door for you to come in. And Enchantee is packed.
Like packed up?
Like she is packing up. And with seeing that, you get the sense that Antir has told his mother everything. And she is getting ready to leave.
So, I see that you're packing up.
Oh, no. What gave you that idea?
I was the one that told Antir.
And realization kind of crosses her features. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, buddy. And she just kind of sits on the floor.
It's okay. It's, just stick with the professor, stick with us.
And she like lets out this like big breath of like, oh, okay. Professor Friedrich's a part of it too.
I informed him of everything. So he knows. And from what I understand, will be with us.
Okay. Lots of information over the past few hours.
I know it's a lot. Believe me. Carrying this information around, it weighs heavy.
And she just looks at you with like a mother's eyes, like very like sad that, you know, their child has been having to carry around something for so long and had no one to talk to.
But you know what they say, such is life.
And she's just going to stand back up and give you a Calandra hug. Which is, and her hugs are like the best in town. She does like the mama bear squeeze. And she just gives off this aroma of like a calming scent. So like lavender and chamomile, like a sleepy time tea.
She's gonna relax into it.
We did say we were going to go shopping. I haven't gone shopping yet. I didn't want to go without you. I was going to go later today if I didn't see you, but I was going to wait until the last minute, so I haven't been yet. But I also, I've been packing quite a lot.
And she starts like moseying her way to one of the little packs that she has and starts pulling out tea bags. And she is going to hand you one of each of every one of her teas.
For your friends, just in case.
Oh, thank you.
And I will send you a list of the different types of teas that she has provided.
Okay.
And
Your friends seem like they could use some of these too. And I've also, just in case,
she pulls out like a little canteen that has like a little belt loop attached to it.
I've already brewed this one. So in case anybody needs to use it, you can give it to your friends, or you can use it whatever you think is best. This one's my ethereal essence.
What does the ethereal essence do?
This pretty much works as a ghost step tattoo.
What does ghost step do?
You can become ethereal as a bonus action by drinking it, or as a reaction, quickly taking it, and it makes you ethereal, meaning that you take half damage from everything for 1 minute, and then it allows you to slip through walls. And she has given you enough for 3 doses in that one little canteen that can go on your belt.
And if you need like me to split that into a little vial or something, I could do that too. So that way you could share it with everybody, or whatever you think is necessary. I've been brewing a lot of my fancy things tonight, just in case.
And I have one too. And she pulls up her little flask.
Yeah, it might be good to separate it because I don't want to keep it all for myself. You know, save as many people as we can.
Well, I would love to go dress shopping and like kind of not think about this for a bit. Because that would be great. I also made this one for Professor Friedrich too, but I haven't seen him this morning. So I guess I'll give this one to him later. And then you have two precious friends too, and I've made them a little something as well. She's just like pulling out like little vials of things.
Just giving everything.
She quite literally has packed up her entire collection of teas.
Okay. Well, I guess, should we head to the Twilight Bazaar? You ready?
Yeah, and she kind of like tries to like play with her hair and like get herself situated and plays with her shirt and everything. Ooh, do I look okay? And she still has her apron on.
Oh. Great. But do you want to go in your apron?
Oh, I'm not supposed. And she just takes it off and flings it behind the bar, pretty much. Okay, I'm ready.
All right. To the Twilight Bazaar.
And the two of you are able to make your way to the Twilight Bazaar. And just for the sake of time, it's busy in here as people are getting their last minute renovations and things like that. But she gets a dusty rose long sleeve gown to match what Professor Friedrich said that he had. And she kind of does like a little twirl once she has it on. Does this look okay?
It looks fantastic. In fact, I'd be a little worried to show up because he might have a heart attack when he sees you.
Oh, I hope not. Should I wear? She like starts like covering up like little places.
No. I think you should wear it. You should wear it.
I don't want him to die.
He'll be okay. We'll bring him back.
Okay. Yeah, there is that kind of magic, isn't there?
Yep.
And you all are able to get ready for the ball. Like, got the thing or the dresses.
Would Ophelia have bags of holding?
No.
Dang.
I have two. If you see me, you could have one.
Okay. Would Velfie know where to get one? Or is she out of time?
I'd say Velfie, she knows of a couple shops. She doesn't know exactly if anybody sells a bag of holding. But yeah, she could definitely go get one.
Okay. So I think before or after they leave, she'll just say to Kalandra, I need to get one more thing. Do you want to come with or?
Oh, sure. Girls' Day. Before a very, very long night.
Just we keep the mundane until it's not mun anymore. Just Dane.
She's gonna act like she knows what that means.
Yeah, okay, let's go.
Okay. She's just following. And you all are able there. It's in the underground, so you're able to get to the underground, and Kalandra looks shell-shocked.
Oh.
Is that what I think it is? And she's looking at pleasures.
It is indeed.
Oh.
Yeah. You know, your son has been there.
Oh! Well, I mean, he is a man after all.
Yeah, so it's a little shocking to find out, but to each their own. No judgment.
Uh-huh. I am questioning his, I'm questioning a lot of things right now.
Well, we'll focus on getting this little bag, and then we will head back up and get ready for tonight.
And you kind of hear her murmuring to herself, this wasn't in the court of summer, as she is walking behind you.
Okay. She's gonna clock that.
And you are able to find a bag of holding for about 5 gold pieces.
Perfect. All right. right. And then she got her bag, and she'll kind of lead Calandra back up and take her back to the tea house.
Okay, I'll get ready. I haven't spoken to Professor Friedrich today or anybody else really, so are we meeting somewhere, or do I just wait here, or?
Talked about meeting out front of the ball. I don't know if Professor is going to come get you or not. I actually don't know how I'm meeting up with Antir. I'll figure that out. But I would say maybe wait a little bit, and then if nothing happens, just head to the ball.
Okay, well, if you need to talk to Antir, I have one of these.
And she pulls out a little sending stone that she keeps in her pocket that she has specifically to Antir.
Oh, I have one as well. You can save yours just in case.
Okay. Well, I will see you later then.
Okay, sounds good. And then Velfie will turn around and walk out.
This is gonna be a long ass day.
She said a bad word.
And you are able to head out of Enchanty. And, well, that is happening. Dahlia, are there any last minute things before you both start getting ready?
Once he's okay again, I'm going to tell him that Antir is okay with everything again. I'll tell him that Velfie told him everything. And apparently he's on our side now.
I wasn't expecting that to go so smoothly.
Yeah.
Has anybody checked on him today?
I don't know. I can send a message.
Oh, he's evaded us for quite a while, so I'm sure everything's fine.
Should I still message him?
No, I'm sure he's fine. I think we should save our strength for later. It's good to know we have the roguish one on our side, though.
Okay. Now I'm worried.
Everything will be okay.
Okay. Has he seen her form of dread before?
Beltov?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when you fought in the
Okay.
bar.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's seen it.
Okay. Because it might be coming out tonight. Okay, good.
Yeah, so he's seen it.
What time is it now?
It's probably around 2, 3.
Okay. So when should we start moving?
Well, we don't want to show up exactly when everything starts. Never want to be too early to a party, right? So, probably an hour or so after it starts, we might want to show up. Just not to bring attention to ourselves, because we definitely do not want to be the first ones in there. So maybe about 7 after the sun goes down.
And if people start asking us questions, where we're from, who we are.
Well, typically, with a party like that, they don't quite ask. At least hoping they don't. Because we're going to look pretty plain, but if we do get asked, we are new recruits from the academy. Just graduated. Planning on taking our first mission within the next week or so whenever this lockdown has lifted. Looking to have...
Why did they lock down?
I'm worried that someone has caught whiff of something. But no one has made any action to stop anything that Tilly and I have been doing, so I don't really know.
It's just the two of you planning all this.
We had some help from a few mice with some supplies and everything, but the lower your group number, the easier it is to get in and out.
Okay. Unless this whole thing is a trap.
That is what I'm really hoping not for. I really don't want no. Let's hope not.
Oh. What would happen if they caught you?
Well, I have a plan for that. And he's actually going to open his mouth and show, in one of his teeth, there is a capsule that has been attached in the little divot. It'll wipe everything I know. Can't get much use of me if I don't know anything. But don't fret, I won't get caught. And he just gives a little wink.
Gonna hold to do that.
He's gonna nod and look around, and Tilly's no longer in here. And you get the sense that Tilly's already working on her side of the plan. Well, I guess we get ready and wait.
Sounds fun.
You okay?
Best as I can be in the situation.
After tonight, you'll be free.
Already am.
He's just gonna give a grin to that. Well, I don't really know how to put on a tux, so I may need help with how to do the ties and the fancy stuff. And he just kind of looks at it with this disdain.
I don't either. We can watch a YouTube tutorial. We could do our best and figure that out.
As long as it looks normal, I don't think anybody will ask us any questions.
As long as you don't outshine them, I think they'll be fine.
That is a very good point. And with that, you both are able to start getting ready. Ruin, are you doing anything before you get...
Just like getting the suit on, feeling really awkward wearing a suit.
Alrighty, and you're able to get the suit on and you look really nice. Do you want to let us know what you look like as you were getting ready for this ball?
So Ruin's suit has kind of, it's changed a little bit from the black is not, the black is maybe just the tie and the like vest. Is that what that is? Yeah. Like jacket, vest. You can tell I wear a lot of suits. The vest is like almost a sky blue type of thing that matches Sellen's hat. And he like looks at the suit and goes, I guess you wear a suit. You don't wear a suit too many times in your life. Hopefully, this isn't that time. And makes heads towards the close to about 6-ish, like a little before 6, I guess, starts heading towards the, because he has no idea when he's supposed to meet Sellen either, and it's just like, we're gonna meet there, I guess.
Yep, no one said a thing as she went to go practice for the bell off. And you are able to start heading your way towards the base. And with that, Professor Friedrich, what are you doing?
About 4:30, 90 minutes before the start of the ball, I make my way over to Enchanty, dressed in, well, I guess I'd go home, change, make sure I grab the pendant, and then go to, I'll grab all my books and things as well, and then go to Enchanty.
And when you get to Enchanty, the close sign is up. And this is the first time you know of Enchanty being closed as well. But you see a little peek through the curtains. And you notice Calandra's kind of peeking through the window.
I'm just gonna give a little shave and a haircut knock.
And you hear, and you hear some like ruffling of like clothes and things like that. Like she's gathering herself up. And she opens the door. And Calandra is wearing this dusty pink that matches that suit that you were talking about. It's long sleeves, and it's comes down to like her ankles, and has like little like bits of ruffles and things like that. She's pulled her hair up into like an elegant updo. Has a little bit of earring like on one side. Only one earring though.
I say, you are breathtaking.
Do you tell her that in that accent?
No. No, not the foghorn leg. No. I will say you are absolutely breathtaking.
And, like, her cheeks match the color of her dress. Thank you. You're rather handsome too.
I don't do this very often. I'm glad you think I clean up well. I will pull out the pendant and I'll unravel it, and I'll just look at her and say, "May I?"
Oh, for me? And she just turns around.
And I will put it on her without choking her, if I can manage it.
Do you want to describe what you just put on her?
So it's like a thin, I think I said it was gold chain, pendant with just like a largish, maybe like quarter-sized red jewel in it to match her gown. Although I bought it to match mine, I'm glad Velfie went with the same color.
And she just holds it out and looks at it. It's so pretty.
Well, then you are the perfect person to wear it.
Thanks.
And I'll stick my arm out and say, "Are you ready? I like to be fashionably an hour early."
I am ready to be fashionably an hour early.
Before all these layabouts get the good drinks.
That is true. There's going to be really good food from what I've heard.
Yes. What all have you heard about the ball? What are you expecting? I hear it will be eventful, and I'm going to try to glean anything I can from her response here.
I heard it's gonna be really explosively fun.
What can I insight
Roll
from
an
that?
insight on her.
How's a 5 look?
You can't really get anything from her.
But based off explosive, can I put
Roll
two
at
and two?
advantage.
Advantage? Oh, cool. 11.
You beat her 7. She knows.
Let's just stay close together. And I don't know. Try to enjoy ourselves as much as we can.
Going out with a bang, huh?
Just departing with the bang. Hopefully no one's going out, if you know what I mean.
Well, just in case. She's going to pull out a tiny little flask. And she's going to give you the winds of fleetness.
The winds of fleetness. What is that?
This is a tea that increases your movement speed by 10 feet and gives you advantage on your dexterity saving throws.
How long does the effect last?
It will last until a long rest, but you can only have one tea at a time.
I was going to ask this stack. Okay. But you wouldn't happen to have a cup of warm water, would you?
It's already brewed. She's given you a flask.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I look forward to enjoying this. I had one of your teas this morning. It was a bit spicy, but it was very good.
She just gives you a knowing smile because she knows exactly what it does.
It sort of lit the fire of passion within me. I'm looking forward to the ball.
Well, I'm excited to be passionate then. And then she's like,
Clutch my heart just a little bit. Is it today the day? No, okay.
And she will take your arm. Let's have fun while it lasts, eh?
Let's have a ball. I'm sorry.
And you two are able to make your way. Belfie, what you doing?
So Velfie, after coming back with her bag of holding, she's packing up. She's putting her concertina in there. I think she has to wear her rapier.
It has to be on her person, yeah.
Okay, so not in the bag of holding.
You could try to talk her into it.
Okay. She's gonna try to, like, without talking, she's gonna try to put it in the bag of holding.
You hear in your head, I am not going in there. You will not put me in there. No. What? No. No. I am no.
It's for your own safety.
I am safe out here. Plus, I can't fight back in there, and it's cold.
But I would look less suspicious if I didn't have a rapier on me.
Roll not performance. Roll persuasion.
Persuasion. 18.
You beat her 14. And you can almost like sense like the narrowing of the eyes of what this person used to be. If it gets angry, you pull me out immediately.
Will do, I promise.
All right, roll me a persuasion or deception.
They're the same. 25.
You beat her 18.
Okay. I expect to be brought out as soon as it's no longer suspicious.
You got it. As soon as we're out, you're on my hip.
Deal.
All right. And then she'll put the rapier inside the bag of holding. She's going to make sure she has her ring for Mira. And then she'll start getting dressed for the ball. And as she's getting ready, she'll pick up her sending stone to Antir and say, "Hi. Where are we meeting tonight? I'm getting ready now."
Doesn't respond immediately, but after about 20 minutes, you hear a knock.
She will go to the door.
Antir is standing there in a suit that looks very similar to yours.
My suit.
Or your dress. Very similar to your dress. And it matches as he picked up on the tone of colors of your dress. Would you like to describe what that dress looks like?
Yeah, it's she's got this kind of like chiffon hanging off her shoulders with a very deep neckline, so you can see a bit. And it's this kind of lavendery purple up top that fades into this kind of peachy color, and it's very flowy.
And Antir has his sleeves rolled up, and he's got his suit jacket kind of on his back, and he's holding out aliums.
Oh, that is so sweet.
Well, if this is going to be our first and only ball, might as well make this right?
Well, doesn't have to be the only time we dance together.
Glad to know you still want to dance with me.
Of course I do. I'm glad you still want to dance with me through everything.
He pauses for a second and then just looks at Velfie. Takes in all of her features. Always.
Can I insight?
What you looking for?
I don't know. He's looking too long.
Too long is in like, are you looking to see if this isn't on tier? Or are you looking to see like if there's like he's planning something on the side?
Planning something on the side.
Okay. Roll insight.
$17.
You can't tell.
Okay.
He doesn't seem malicious or anything like that.
Okay. All right. So he's not dressed yet.
He is dressed.
He's got a suit.
He's just got a suit
He's wearing
jacket.
a
Yeah.
suit
He got
jacket.
hot. He's
Okay.
got a suit jacket kind of like off to
Gotcha.
the side. He's cool boy
Okay.
again.
He's a cool boy.
And once he hands you the aliums, he'll give her a kiss on her forehead. And he pulls out a little bag from his pocket and hands it over.
What's this? You're giving me a lot of things.
Open it up.
Okay. She'll open it up very gingerly.
And when you open it, there's a bright light that comes from it. A bright light almost like the heavens have blessed whatever is in that bag. As he has given you and has now stolen celestial particles and has given them to you.
Wow, you did it.
I did it.
Oh. Good. We're one step closer. I have some more information on gradients. Sounds like we're gonna have some fun.
He just nods.
Apparently there's an archfey we'll have to fight.
Can we not just
Yeah.
talk to it?
Well, we can. I will always opt for talking. Don't necessarily want to fight as much as my rapier does, but oh, my rapier talks to me.
You see his eyes go a little wide. One of those smut books that I read that you recommended. Don't talk very highly of those.
Yeah, it's she causes me some trouble.
And you still carry her around.
I can't get rid of it. I physically just I can't.
We'll work on that. As he's
Okay.
going to hold his hand out.
She'll take it.
And he gives it a gentle squeeze. Is there anything else you needed?
She'll look around her room. She'll go to her desk real quick and take out the key to her house and slip it in her bag of holding. And Flopsy.
Antir just takes note of Flopsy. Kind of gives like a cute little grin. And then holds his hand out again.
She'll take it.
And he begins leading to the base. And with that, Dahlia.
Yeah.
How has it been getting these outfits on?
Probably tough. Trying to figure it out. Especially, is it a bow tie or a tie?
He's got a bow tie.
Oh boy.
I heard that these were in fashion, and I kind of regret it now. Can I just not wear it?
I don't know. Actually, I keep trying, and she'll just keep trying. She's trying.
Roll me a
Her best.
sleight of hand to see if you can get the knot right.
It might look suspicious if you don't have one. Okay, 17.
It looks pretty decent, at least from what you know of what bow ties look like. It looks decent. And he's just sitting there like with his neck out, holding it, like while you tie it.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody will ask questions as long as it looks like a bow.
Well, it looks like a bow, and it is tied. And that is the 17th time, and I'm not going to do it again.
Yeah, my neck is getting a little sore.
Well, you can put it down now. I'm done.
Okay, and he kind of relaxes and like shifts his shoulders a little bit. Has Dahlia gotten dressed yet?
She would probably go and get into her dress that she thought she'd never see again. But yeah, she'll get into it. She'll put her bag of holding on, like, she'll try to finagle it, like, on her thigh. And try to, like, wrap it and, like, strap it with her belt on her thigh. With all of her things in there. She'll try to put her armor in there as well. Because she can't wear it with the gown, but...
Yeah, and it all fits in there. And do you want to describe what your dress and all looks like?
So it is cream with gold accents. It's kind of form-fitting. The base is form-fitting, and it kind of has a lacy design with a lot of gold accents, and it's kind of sheer. And it has kind of like this top skirt from the hips down that kind of poofs out and around. In the picture, it does have a big train, but I think she asked for a shorter train. I think it was when I can't remember, but I'll abide to whatever she said. But yeah, she'll get into it and try to put up her hair best she can. Well, it's short now, so she'll just pull it back.
And once she gets dressed, Belltop's fiddling with his cufflinks. Like, he doesn't like how it sits, and he's like playing with it again, and then you'll kind of see him take a break, and then he'll play with it again. And then he'll look up, and he's just got a look of like awe on his face as he just takes in the beauty that is Dahlia.
She'll come over and fix his cufflinks for him.
Oh, thanks. I there's no way I would have been able to fix that on my own. And he just brings his eyes back to hers and just looks her over. You are very beautiful.
So are you.
I'm beautiful.
Don't get caught. I don't want you to forget me.
I wouldn't want to forget you either.
Don't take his face and kiss him. And while she's kissing him, she's gonna cast Death Ward on him.
And he seems shocked at first, and you could feel like when you kiss him, his face goes back. And it seems like he's shocked at first. But then, like, he just melts into it. And he, like, wraps a hand around the back of her head and, like, fiddles with her hair. And then when the kiss breaks, rests his forehead to hers. I don't think I could forget you even if I tried to.
Better not.
And he just looks at her. Just taking in this moment for a little while longer. You ready?
Yeah.
And he's going to pull up his ring and he's going to twist it. And he makes himself look like a very bland human.
Those are the same. Also human. Brown hair. Brown eyes.
And he just still stares at her. And you see this, even in his disguised self, just like a fleeting wish, almost, of I hope this goes right. Would you care to join me at a ball?
Moves past his hand and puts her arm through his, like he taught her. And just holds on tight.
As she holds on tight and they make their way up to the base. And Ruin, you've been outside waiting for a little bit. You start to see Selin, like kind of like looking around. She looks like she's heading from the bar, like she went to the bar first, and is making her way towards Ruin. And she is in a what looks like it would have been on an average height person, like at their knees, but it comes down to like the tops of her feet. And it's a halter top. And she has a little blue ribbon around her wrist with a bell attached to it. Oh, I found you! There you are!
She is adorable.
I think for a minute, Ruin is like slack, like the slack-jawed, like... I should have stopped at the bar first.
Well, that's where you live, so I thought that's where you'd be, so I wasn't quite sure.
Oh my god.
I got my bell! Where's your bell? You don't have a bell, do you? Did Velfie
No.
play me?
Is there a lot of... Do we see a lot of people around?
Yeah, it's starting to
Okay.
become like busy as people are
Okay.
making their way.
Let's just enjoy the ball. He
Well-
wasn't playing you.
Okay, well, I will win the bell off because I'm the only one that brought a bell, so I win by...
You are the bell of the ball. So
And she blushes as you see her blush creep across her cheeks. I wasn't sure they'd allow hats in, but I did bring my top hat, and she pulls it out of a bag of holding and puts it on her head.
and Ruin's got basically his entire like existence in a bag. Like just because I don't have a bag of holding.
Well, I'm
Um,
excited to enjoy a ball with you.
This will be the first ball I've actually enjoyed. I mean, I've only been to a couple of them, and they're always real stuffy, but I'm sure we'll have some fun.
Yeah, we'll just make the fun happen.
And Ruin will hold out his hand because doing the elbow thing doesn't work, I guess, or I don't know how to...
Yeah, she's short. He's very tall, so she takes his hand.
I don't see anybody else here, but let's make our way in, I guess, and see where the night takes us.
And at this time, you all start to make your way towards the base. Professor Friedrich and Calandra would have gotten there first as they are an hour early. Professor Friedrich, do you want to explain what your outfit looks like?
It's similar in color to Calandra, sort of that dusty rose, like a three-piece suit, pants, jacket, and vest. He does have sort of a dusty rose jabot on, which is like one of those like frilly vampire shirt things around your neck that makes lots of like fluffiness, with sort of gold hardware on it and cufflinks.
And you all are able to make your way into base. And as you walk towards the base, the one you normally pick your orders from, it's normally nothing special, but tonight it is looking extravagant. There are beautiful lights leading up to the main double doors. And for a world that's plunged in darkness, this is the most beautiful and most serene you have ever seen this base. Once per year, the Order provides a night that makes you almost feel at ease. Like there was never a virus to begin with. As you all are underneath the dim light of a sphere that you all know will not be around much longer. This feels like what you'd assume a night of dancing, drinking, and partying was like before a virus ever took hold. As you walk inside those doors, the hall is even more beautiful than the courtyard. The walls and floors are polished obsidian that is so dark you wouldn't be able to tell if a liquid was water or if it was blood. Pitch black. The floors and the walls reflect the light of the elegant light fixtures, making this room seem like it is boundless in black and gold. The skeleton clock at the very back of the room that starts from the floor and reaches all the way to the ceiling is the backdrop for a small musical ensemble. Tables have been lined up on the right wall, full of hors d'oeuvres, sweets, and drinks. They seem to be served by people of the academy. Either just graduated, haven't become committed order members yet, or people who are close to being done with their schooling. The dance floor is on top of the crystal that creates the sphere. And you can see the electrical buzzes coming from the giant crystal in the center of the floor. The crystal that you all know you're here to destroy. And above you, there is a small balcony that is basically a square above the first floor. And you see a man in a very particular tuxedo, long, elegant tie, black hair that has been elegantly tied back into a half bun that drapes down past his waist, with pointed ears and honey-colored eyes, watching the crowd as everyone comes in. And you all know that this is the person who gives speeches every year. He's got a giant grin on his face as he's watching everybody come through the doors. And that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Who is he?
I knew it.
I want to know who that is.
Thank you so much for watching Session 24 of the Order of Narvosc. Session 25 will be out on July 31st. Please check out our players' social media accounts. They are linked in the description below. They are wonderful and they deserve your support. If you are interested in merch, check out the shop that is linked in the description below as well. And lastly, if this is the kind of content you enjoy, please press that like button, subscribe, ring that bell. That way you get notified when Session 25 comes out. As always, be the light that drives out the shadow, adventurer. I'll see you soon.